Hello everyone and welcome back to my Days of Our Lives 21 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The scab pins from last time's pin strike are gone, so get ready for some big changes. First over, Teresa's gone from Alex to back to wanting Brady. Meanwhile, Kristen is also done with Alex. Let's just take a conjecture. Does she too want Brady again? Last week Rafe, thanks to Eric's help, figured out the recently appointed DA Melinda Trask played a vital part in handing over Nicole's son Jude to Melinda. Unfortunately, it appears Melinda is going to suspend Gabi's release from captivity for not killing Lee over Rafe's head. You know, the case former DeMera refused to renew. It's Constantine and Maggie's marriage day, but she, John and Steve have set a trap for him. Will they be suitable to hash the head off this snake? Sloane tried to make peace with Nicole before skipping city. Unfortunately for Sloane, Nicole gave her a piece of her fist. Eric arrived before Sloane could slide off, and was just as angry as she let him fall in love with a child that wasn't his. Coming up, it appears that Sloane may be offering up the whole verity eventually, and that Eric is the father of little Jude. Eventually, Harris has Clyde in guardianship, but Chad wants revenge for Abigail and hold him at gunpoint. That's when Clyde reveals Abigail is alive. So what, is she hanging out in the afterlife while her body is in one of Megan's chambers? Days of Our Lives spoilers for the coming 2 weeks, June 3rd to June 14th, reveal that Rafe Hernandez's attempt to arrest Melinda Trask over the baby switch wouldn't go according to plan. Melinda will bring up Gabby Hernandez Demaris, last played by Camila Banus, captivity stint during the week of June 3rd to 7th and try to paint herself as Gabi's last stopgap at freedom, so Rafe seems poised to back down. Next, Sloane Peterson Brady will nearly gossip to Eric Brady and Nicole DeMera about Jude Brady's true maternity. But EJ's return will silence her and give her another occasion to make a speedy exit. In Montana, Days spoilers say Ava Vitale and Lucas Horton will press Rebecca Goldman to surrender word on Clyde Weston's exact position. It looks like Goldman may indeed unmask some news since Days spoilers say Ava will nearly follow through with her plan to end Clyde's life. Harris Michaels will stop Ava, but he'll have a new problem on his hands when fortified Chad DeMera shows up and threatens Clyde next. Before Chad can pull the detector, Clyde will drop a major disclosure on him and contend Abigail DeMera, last played by Marcy Miller, is alive. Other Days spoilers say Kristen DeMera will leave Alex Kyriakis, since she's just not interested in pursuing further than this little fling. Alex was delightful in bed for a while, but Kristen will be over this arrangement and will push him to see that Teresa Donovan is the one he really wants. That may be true, but Alex will face a stunner when he finds Teresa and Brady Black in the middle of some erupting bedroom passion. Of course, Alex agreed this was an open relationship, so he can't really condemn Teresa for taking advantage of the benefits like he did. Perhaps Teresa and Alex will eventually have a talk that leads to them truly committing to each other. Over with Sarah Horton, she tried to get Xander Cook on board with an idea related to their marriage. Xander wouldn't be an addict of it, so this may involve Sarah's attempt to invite his mama. Still, Sarah will get in touch with someone from Xander's history, so she may suppose she knows best and reach out to Xander's mama about their espousal anyway. In the meantime, a different marriage form will get underway. Once Maggie Kyriakis, John Black and Steve Johnson get the embezzlement evidence they need, it'll be time to spring Constantine Meliuni's trap. Constantine will anticipate to say I do, and marry into some serious Kyriakis plutocrat, but he wouldn't know the real prenup is still complete, and he wouldn't see his arrest coming assuming either. Maggie will probably arrange for the Bobbies to tote Constantine off in the middle of the marriage, so that it'll leave him fuming during the week of June 10th to 14th. Although Teresa will worry about Constantine exposing her part in their scheme together, he may keep his mouth shut, substantially to avoid making effects any worse for himself. There'll be some new Robert Bobby Steinegg Everett Lynch developments as well now that Bobby has agreed to treatment. Bobby claimed he'd no way let Everett out again, but Stephanie Johnson will hope that's not true. Since Bobby is enough slippery character, we wouldn't be surprised if he disappears from the sanitarium and causes further trouble. Meanwhile, Gabi's freedom will inch closer, so Melinda may make some bold moves and try to keep Rafe satisfied so he wouldn't rat her out for the bogus relinquishment. Eventually, Chad will most probably probe Clyde's claims about Abigail's survival. Annalyn McCord is set to debut soon, but her character name will apparently be Marin. This may be a situation where Marin insists she's not Abigail despite looking just like her. At least from the perspective of Chad and other Salemites who can't tell the difference between Marcy Miller and a recast. Our dual prognostications point to this look-alike story coming with plenitude of twists and turns, so there could fluently be some explanation like altered recollections if Marin indeed turns out to be Abigail. Days of Our Lives spoilers say the coming 2 weeks will bring some surprises, so stay tuned for updates on all the shocking moments ahead. All products and services featured are singly chosen by editors. Still, Soaps.com may admit a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may admit certain auditable data for counting purposes. This was a big week for Days of Our Lives. Nicole got her baby back. Clyde is on the cusp of being captured. Jada, Stephanie and Marlena brazened Bobby, and the Penn strike material ended, paving the way for a slew of new stories. You know what also happened this once week? Billy Flynn, Chad, celebrated his birthday. And for that special occasion, Susan Seaforth Hayes, Julie, had some savant words of advice for her darling acting mate Billy Flynn, delivered as only she could. On your special day, Seaforth Hayes participated on Instagram. Don't forget to blow out those birthday cutlet candles before effects go too far. Happy birthday, love. Now, that seems like inoffensive enough advice, until you see the print she participated of the Horton house ablaze. Aha! So that's how the fire started. It was an wildfire. Someone forgot to blow out their birthday candles. We kid. It was wildfire, however did we ever find out who actually did the deed? But Julie's portrayer still had us in aches over the birthday wishes. Speaking of all that happened this week, perhaps now that head writer Ron Carlivati is back with the sanctioned Days of Our Lives pens, perhaps we'll eventually find out what's in that time capsule Julie set up while revamping the house. And as for Chad, according to spoilers, it looks like coming week will be a big bone for him and Clyde as the two come face to face, formerly more. Indeed more? Clyde's got some information about Abigail that's going to be tough for Chad to swallow. Is she still alive? Is he claiming she is? Or is he just telling the still grieving companion that his murder of Abigail wasn't premeditated, despite what her secret journal suggested at Days of Our Lives spoilers for Wednesday, May 29th indicate some major stunners are about to be dropped in Salem. Coming on Days of Our Lives, one person is dealing with a life-altering situation, while someone has cause for concern, and a character pinpoints the position of two villains. What's set to unfold during Wednesday's show? Time to dive right in. Eric Brady spirals dual spoilers for Wednesday, May 29th. Hint: Eric Brady will continue to reel over the verity about Jude. Still, the good news is that both Marlena Evans and John Black will be there to offer moral support. Trending. Days of Our Lives spoilers. Rafe suspects Melinda was in on the switch. Can he prove it? Eric did the right thing by handing Jude over to Nicole DiMera during Monday's show. But the proverbial poop will hit the attic ultimately when both Eric and Nicole find out EJ DiMera isn't the baby's real father. But will that ever be? This plot continues to drag on. In other news, Marlena will reach out to Jada Hunter, so they can figure out how to deal with Everett Lynch. Will they come up with a solid plan of action?